G'day guys, my name's Dominic from Tom's Outdoors, and today we've got a video on how to choose a Hyperlite pack. The number one question we get asked is, which Hyperlite pack do I buy? And that's a very reasonable question because there are quite a few options to choose from and they're all very similar. So we're going to go over a few of the little differences to help you get the right one for you. The main three packs you're going to have are the Windrider, the Southwest and the Junction. The Porter is a little bit of a standalone. It's for specific activities like pack rafting or backcountry expeditions, things like that. The Southwest is the best-selling, most popular pack. Now the difference between the Southwest, the Windrider and the Junction is just in the pockets. So the external pockets on the Southwest have a full Dyneema pockets on the sides and the back. The Junction has the Dyneema pockets on the sides and then a mesh back. The Windrider has mesh pockets all around. So the first option you'll have is the Southwest. Now Hyperlite say this is a great option for those hiking through dry, rocky environments. It's going to keep everything protected out of the sun. It's going to stop a lot of the dust and dirt getting in there as well. It's also handy in snow because without the mesh back, it's not going to get snow in the pockets every time you put it down, just like my Junction does here. And the external pockets also add just that little bit extra durability if you're not too sure about the mesh. With that being said though, I've been using the Junction pack with the mesh back. I've put it through hell. I've walked through some thick scrub. I've absolutely abused it, and I'm yet to get a ripped thread in the mesh. So I don't think that should be a reason for avoiding either the Windrider or the Junction, because the mesh I've been really impressed with is quite durable. Now there are a couple of cons with having full external pockets like the Southwest has. That's one, you can't see what you're grabbing out of your pack, and two, if you need a place to dry out your gear throughout the day, then you don't really have that option, and that leads me to the Windrider. Now Hyperlite say the Windrider is a great option for anyone walking through wooded forests. So if you're down in Tassie, or if you're up in Queensland walking through the Daintree for example, the Windrider is going to be a great choice because it allows you to put things in the outside and have them dry, keep them from getting mold on them, things like that. Just allows the airflow throughout the day, which is really handy. The downside to having full mesh pockets all around is that the sides can catch on sticks and shrub when you're walking through the bush. Which leads me on to the Junction, which is my pack. It's my favorite. I'm a little bit biased because it's the one I've used for the last year now. That's because it is the middle ground between the Southwest and the Windrider, or the Junction if you will. That's where it's got its name. It has the Dyneema pockets on the sides, giving you a bit of protection and durability. Still having the mesh back for breathability and being able to see what's in there, which is why it's my favorite, and it's just a really good all-rounder. So Hyperlite say you can use this in almost any environment. Lastly, we have the Porter pack, which is a great option for anyone doing any big expeditions, either in the Alpine or specifically pack rafting trips. The Hyperlite do say that it's a great pack for pack rafting. It's got one large internal storage unit. You put your pack raft in there, or you can strap it on top. And then you do have these daisy chains on the side to be able to clip on any accessories or even attach ropes to the sides and top. Now the next most common question will be, which size Hyperlite pack do I go for? Here we have a 40 litre Junction, a 55 litre Windrider, a 70 litre Southwest and an 85 litre Porter pack. And just note too that those literages are internal. The external capacity on each of these is another 9.8 litres. So it's definitely something you need to consider when deciding between, say, the 40 litre or the 55 litre. Knowing that the 40 litre is 40 internal plus about another 10 external, bringing it up to a 50 litre backpack. They roll down quite small, so even if you want to go for the 55 litre and use it as a 40, you can roll it down to about here and still get away with using it as a day pack or an overnight. And then you can roll them up to their maximum capacity to give you a fair bit of room. The next question that we're commonly asked is, do I go for the white or the black backpack? So obviously there's a color difference. Some people just prefer the black. It's darker, it's not going to show the dirt as well. On the other hand, you've got the whites, which will get dirty. You can see the difference between a brand new white pack and mine, which has seen some love over the last 12 months. It will get a bit of dirt on there. They are easy to clean, but some people do like the character and the look that they get after they get a bit of dirt and wear and tear on them. The black backpacks will absorb heat a little bit more, so if you're doing a lot of summer hiking, you might want to steer towards a white backpack, which won't heat up as much. And the last point on color, which is probably the most important, is the different materials that Hyperlite have gone for with the different colored backpacks. So with the white backpacks, the Junction and the Windrider, Hyperlite have used DCH 50 on the main body, and then on the base they've used DCH 150. However, the blacks are that DCH 150. So they're essentially the tough, strongest material on the bottom of a white pack, but it's used all round. So that's a good option to go for the black. So in short, the black is more durable but slightly heavier. The white is lighter but slightly less durable, with the exception of the 70 litre Southwest pack, where the white and the black are both that same DCH 150 fabric. So they're both just as durable as each other. It's important to note that while the material itself is 100% waterproof, the pack is only water resistant. And this is because the seams aren't fully taped, especially up around the shoulders. So if you're going to be hiking in the rain or there's a heavy downpour coming, you'll still need to use a pack liner or dry bags to keep the important stuff dry. Alrighty, so that's a look at the core Hyperlite packs that we stock here at Tom's. They're all quite durable. They're going to handle the Australian environment very well. You just have to look after them as you would any pack. And I think you'll be really impressed with how they feel and how they perform out in the bush. So if you've still got some questions about choosing the right Hyperlite pack for you, obviously feel free to give us a call at Tom's and we can have a chat about the best pack for your hiking style or a trip you've got coming up.